Hi, I'm Camilla.
And I'm Kang, and we are
the FI Resellers.
Hey, let's talk about what's selling on Facebook Marketplace, eBay, Poshmark, and a new platform, Depop. Whoa.
Ooh.
So we're going to tell you what's selling so that you can be on the lookout for these items when you're out and about sourcing so that you can maximize your profit. We're also going to talk about what's happening in the economy and the looming recession, possibly, and how that affects your reselling business. We've got this set of 6 plates that sold on eBay, and the buyer was all in $63.40. These are pretty nice. They are kind of Christmassy, and they are from Neiman Marcus, porcelain from Japan. These look pretty nice, so we picked them up from the bins. You know, obviously they're kind of heavy, about 5 or some odd pounds, but overall worth it. And I think that if we had to do it again, we probably wouldn't pick it up because it is a bit of a hassle trying to ship this. It's going to be about 7 pounds total, but they were a little too nice to pass up. The comps were pretty good, and I think in the end we're pretty happy with the sale. I'm just not so sure I'm going to be very happy after I pack these up, but anyway, we'll see how it goes. Okay, so here's where we're at. I have individually wrapped each plate in this craft paper just to make sure that it's got some cushioning and you know they're not clanging around and chipping one another. And then under I have some of this padding all around. I'm going to pad it, and on top I'm pretty confident in this. It's going to be about 6 or 7 pounds. Going to ship it off. It's going to be real nice.
We sold these Ralph Lauren. They are the black label, which is just like the plain Ralph Lauren, label. It is one of the higher ones. So definitely if you see that label out and about, it's pretty good. This sold for $50, and I had it listed, I think, originally for maybe $75. And so when someone offered me $50, I was happy to accept. These are, just basic jeans. I don't even think that there was any style name or anything like that. I just have them as straight jeans and with the measurements. So I'm really happy with this sale. It just goes to show you that even, plain looking things, like this doesn't jump out to you in the bins or anything. It just looks like plain old. But even those basic items can sell for a good amount if they are well made by a good designer.
All right, we've got a pair of Ariat cowboy boots, and these are women's cowboy boots. We have had them for a little while. We originally listed them for $100, and we decided to take an offer for $60. Overall, pretty happy about it. And this is just something to be on the lookout. Great brand. I personally love it because I have a pair of Ariat boots. It's a very country and southern brand. This particular pair has a really nice design on the sides here, and the bottoms are in pretty decent shape too. So overall, the buyer is getting a pretty good pair of boots. Ariat has a great reputation, so just be on the lookout for Ariat boots. And if you are able to restore them and put leather cleaner on them, all the better. Just makes it a little better for the buyer, and you'll probably get a little more for the work that you've done too. So happy to have sold this, and shipping should be easy on Poshmark. I recently got this blazer on an estate sale. Everything was all in about $2.20 some odd cents, and this one sold. Hermenegildo Zegna. Zegna is kind of what other people go by because it's so difficult to pronounce that first name. But anyway, it has a little bit of this going on, and we definitely put it in the listing, made sure that the person knew, and we sold it anyway for $80 on Poshmark. So really happy with the sale. This is just a suit jacket. It's fine worsted super 100s. The higher the 100s, the better, like 120, 140, all that. So just keep that in mind. This was pretty nice because it was kind of out of nowhere. Now, when you hear this brand, Zegna, you definitely want to keep in mind that only the suits and the suit jackets and the pants maybe do pretty well. I don't really tend to pick up the shirts, the long sleeves and the button ups and whatnot because it is a little bit oversaturated as well. So overall, pretty happy with the sale. Be on the lookout.
So here we have this vintage girl's dress, and it doesn't have a brand tag in there, but it does have this union tag, and this union tag was used in the 50s and the 60s, and so I checked this as 60s. It could also be from the 50s. It has, vintage wear on it. It's been in storage for a while. I found it at the bins, and I thought it was just so cute. So I had to pick it up, and I priced it at $40 because I just really didn't know what to price it at. And it sold in, just about a week, and the buyer paid full price. So I'm really excited to send this out to the person. I thought this little detail on the petticoat was so cute. So I made sure to take a picture of that. I just think that overall this dress is really cute. It would be perfect for, you know, Christmas or just like a fancy occasion, something like that. It measures like a, you know, modern day girl size 6, so hopefully this will fit whoever the buyer is purchasing it for or for their collection or whatnot. I'm excited to send this out. I don't pick up as much vintage as I used to. I'm a lot more picky about it. I don't really like to clean things. I don't like to have projects, so I really only pick things up that I can sell as is, and this was one of those items. And I messaged the buyer to let them know, you know, about the marks and things, to make sure that they had seen it in the pictures, and they said they were going to take it to get dry cleaned, that they think that they can get it out. Hopefully they can get it out. I haven't really had that much luck with this kind of vintage staining, but maybe they will.
Here we've got a pair of Salvatore Ferragamo shoes that I picked up at an estate sale. And essentially this is the toe cap style. It's a pretty classic style, pretty well known. It's got this line right here. It's got a lot of wear at the bottom too. So it's not in the best condition. It's even got like some wear down here on the heel. So, and this as well. So not in the best shape, that's for sure. But it's still sold for $55 plus shipping. Now, as far as Salvatore Ferragamos go, it's definitely a Bolo brand. When you see it and it's made in Italy, just make sure you're giving it a second look, because it can sell for quite a bit even when it's used like this. So really happy about the sale. We have already made all of our money back on that estate sale. We still have a ton of inventory left, and we're just really looking forward to selling the rest of that stuff. So please check out that haul if you haven't already. We've got this peacoat by L.O. Bean, and Belandi we think is a type of wool, and it's premium fabric from Italy. That's why I originally picked it up. You know, obviously L.O. Bean is pretty nice, and this is 100% wool, so I wanted to try this out. I knew that it was good quality, it was well made, and 100% wool is often pretty difficult for us to pass up, so we'll usually pick it up. And it sold for $30 on Poshmark, so pretty happy about this. Pretty nice quality. These pockets on the front are nice. So when you see L.O. Bean and 100% wool, just look it up. At the end of the day, it's not just about L.O. Bean. I think this sale is more about the wool and the fabric made from Italy. Obviously, L.O. Bean pretty good, but just make sure you understand that some fabrics just demand a higher price. The other thing about this is that it has a little bit of something going on here, kind of a stain. We listed this and put it in the description. Otherwise, we think that it could have gone for more. We were able to get a little bit of it out, but definitely wanted to disclose that and just price it accordingly.
We sold a bundle on Poshmark, and it was this Escada blazer and this dress by Ricky Friedman, Terry John. I listed this blazer. I knew that this one was going to sell because it is very trendy. Like, I could definitely see people, you know, wearing this and styling it, you know, like some influencer or someone in New York or something like that. It does have a loose button, so that was why I sold this bundle for $35. And I've had this other dress, this black dress, listed for forever. So I figured, you know, that's just basically like free in the bundle with this blazer, and I just listed this blazer today. Escada is a really nice brand, and the comps vary a lot based on, you know, kind of the look of things, how old they are, and the materials as well. And so it was kind of hard to decide on a price, but I think I priced it, you know, pretty well considering, you know, the condition that it was in and who I was thinking would be interested in buying it. So I'm excited to send this off. And, you know, I hope that the buyer really likes this. Okay, so here we have our very first sale on Depop. I picked this up at the bins, and I thought it was so cool. I just thought it was so funky. It doesn't have any sorts of tags on it. I think, you know, maybe it's homemade or something like that. But I just thought it was so cool. I knew that it had to come home with me. It's in really nice condition. It doesn't really seem to have like holes or stains or anything like that. I listed it for $50, and it's been listed for a really long time. But I just recently cross-listed a bunch of items, all my kind of funky stuff, over to Depop using VENDOO. And this was my first sale. It sold for $30, which I was excited when I received the offer. This was exciting because the person paid pretty much immediately. And so I'm really excited to send this off, and hopefully once I have, you know, a review, or I'm not really sure how it works on Depop, you know, a completed sale, maybe I'll get some more sales over there as well.
Yeah, we're joining the cool kids. Okay, another piece from that estate sale haul, and this one is from that man who had just a lot of high-end stuff. This is a suit jacket, and it is by Ralph Lauren. As you can see, it's the purple label, and the purple label is definitely one of the lines of Ralph Lauren that you want to be on the lookout for. It sells very well, and it sells for quite a bit. This is only the suit jacket and it sold for $90 on eBay plus shipping. And this one happens to be 95% wool, 120s. So we keep talking about the 120s, the supers, and this one happens to be 120. And if it's 140 or more, you should look it up and you should probably pick it up. And this one happens to be 5% cashmere as well. And then it's also made in Italy. So all very good things. So again, Purple Label by Ralph Lauren. This is just a very normal suit jacket. I think that it's mainly the line, and obviously wool and cashmere are great. But overall, I don't think that there's anything particularly special about this. It's 2-button, single vent in the back. And so there's not a whole lot else to say about it. We're just really happy to have gotten $90. We were kind of going back and forth on what we should sell this at, and we almost sold it for like 50 or 60 on Poshmark, but we got the sale on eBay and we couldn't be happier. So we're gonna send this out, and it's actually going to someone in Texas, so it's not going too far. All right, another day, another Ralph Lauren Purple Label piece. Well, a 2-piece suit actually, and this is a good one. So 2-piece suits are better than just the one jacket that I had sold previously. Today we sold this 2-piece for $120 on Poshmark, and we had sold it on an offer because there were a few pieces of damage that we had disclosed, and it just wasn't in the best shape. So that's why a 2-piece suit sold for a similar price to the one that I already showed you. But overall, we're really happy. Originally, we priced it at $200 because we weren't exactly sure, and we had consulted our friend, the Laguna Thrift. He had told us that maybe $100 would be a pretty good offer. We ended up countering his $100 offer at $140, and he came back at $120, and we ended up taking it because we felt like that's a pretty good win, especially because our friend had said $100 was pretty reasonable considering the damage and all. So once again, Ralph Lauren Purple Label. We were very lucky to have gotten this in that same estate sale haul, 3 pieces, and now we have just one more 2-piece suit that we have listed for $250 actually. It's that wool, mohair, and cashmere blend that we have. So we'll wait and find the right buyer for that one. So keep up with us. We'll see how the rest of the estate sale haul goes.
Here I have a pair of frame jeans, and these sold for $29 plus shipping. So these I've had for a while. They are the skinny, the skinny, and skinny jeans are sort of out right now, but I did recently see a TikTok and someone was talking about how leggings, you know, like wearing an outfit with just leggings and knee-high boots and skinny jeans are coming back in. So I have hope that, you know, all the skinny jeans that I have in my closet are going to once again be trendy. I wonder if the buyer saw the same TikTok that I saw and was like, oh, I really want to get skinny jeans. But I would recommend picking up frame in other styles, you know, more modern styles rather than skinny jeans. We have had these for a really long time and they didn't sell as well as I had hoped, but I have sold a pair of frame jeans before and they sold much faster, and I think for a little bit more, like closer to $40. So just something to keep in mind. People are always buying denim, but the style and the wash and all of that is really important. So I hope you liked those clips and enjoyed seeing what sold, and I hope that it's helpful for your business. That's the main reason we make these videos. We wanted to give one honorable mention to an item that sold super fast within the same day it was listed, and it was this Double D Ranch. It was basically like an embroidered t-shirt. I like selling Double D Ranch. It's one of my favorite brands to find and pick up. It's kind of similar to Johnny Was, like it's often kind of Western style, but sometimes embroidered and things like that. This one is kind of more of a plain t-shirt, and it sold for $30 on Poshmark the same day it was listed, which is awesome. Quick flip, I love that. I priced this pretty low because it was just a t-shirt, and so Double D Ranch could go for a lot more, but that just goes to show you that when you price things right, they sell like that.
That might also mean we sold it a little too low, but at the same time, we're just happy to have that quick flip. And the other thing to mention about those items that we sold is that we're giving a lot of people deals. That's something to be thinking about as people are pinching pennies. And as we tell you about our last 2 weeks of sales, hopefully it gives you a good idea of what we're doing in our business and how we're strategizing with each platform.
Here are numbers from the past 2 weeks. So in those 2 weeks, we sold 66 items for a gross revenue of $1,810.60. Our cost of goods was $130.17. eBay, we sold 25 items for a net profit of $505.95. Poshmark, we sold 34 items for $506.93. Beat eBay by just a hair.
Yeah.
Facebook Marketplace, we sold 6 items for $122.06. And on Depop, we sold 1 item for $21.73.
Our first item. Trying to get the ball rolling here.
Exactly. So I don't have that many things listed to Depop, just kind of my unique vintage stuff. I'm not listing like my Ann Taylor or my Loft or whatever on Depop. I don't think it'll really sell there. Let me know down in the comments if you sell those more mature brands on Depop, but I don't really think that the audience there is interested in those. Anyway, our net profit from the past 2 weeks was $1,156.67. So really great
Pretty
overall. Good. So what happened in our business was we had a really slow first week. Made like very little money.
Like $350.
Which is a reason we like these, 2 week
two
kind of looks,
2 week increments. Yeah.
Because we have enough time that we can like do a checkpoint midway through, be like, okay, we need to turn this around. So what we did was we put our eBay store on sale, we put our Facebook store on sale, and I sent out 30% offers on Poshmark.
Aggressive.
So very aggressive offers, and we got a ton of sales. You'll notice that we sold 9 more items on Poshmark, but only made $1 more on Poshmark than we did on eBay. So you can see that those items were selling for not a whole lot of profit. And I think that's something that we'll see more in our business as we go into even more kind of economic hard times, that we will have to be selling things at a lower profit than we had been in the past. People just don't have the amount of disposable income as they once did. I know that for us, we don't either. We are spending more money on groceries, we're spending more money on electricity and other necessities. So we're really looking to get the most bang for our buck as possible. So really hunting for deals, which on the one hand, that's great for reselling because people who might have been buying things new are maybe now on Poshmark, eBay, buying things used. But on the other hand, the people who are already buying these used clothes from our stores and closets and stuff, they're looking for an even better deal.
I think overall, our business model works really well and is very flexible with this type of recessionary time where things are very uncertain. People are trying to really pinch pennies and try to maximize value. So buying low has always been a marker of our business, something that we've always focused on because that gives us that flexibility to make decisions on whether we can let something go for $10 or $15 and still make a profit and still feel good about giving someone a deal. So it makes sense to us that even in this economic downturn, that it's going to be okay, that we can still work with our customers, especially because we get it for such a good price. We're providing a lot of people in California a pretty good deal. The cost of living over there is so much higher than it is in Texas. And so what you're thinking about is an arbitrage of those prices. In California, they're going to buy things that are about 2 or 3 times more expensive retail than in Texas. And so even when it comes to resale, they're looking for a good deal. And what seems maybe like a good deal to us, like if they're buying it for $25, that's a great deal for them and they would be happy to pay it. So that's just something to think about when it comes to the recession, that each area of the world and of the United States is going to experience it differently. And so when you are able to be flexible with your prices, that's going to go a long way. That's just a really good way to think about the United States holistically. And then obviously if you do eBay global shipping program, that's a really big deal where they're changing up their model where things are going to be a lot easier to ship internationally. So these are all the things that really affect your business in a small but very impactful way. So think about those things as the recession is kind of hitting everybody in different areas a little differently.
We had a question a couple weeks ago asking, if there were no Goodwill bins, what would we do? Would we still suggest, reselling? Is it still a way to be successful at reselling even without Goodwill bins? And I think that the answer is yes, but I do think that right now you do need to be looking for those lower cost items so that you're not investing a lot of your money into items that might sit for a while. And on the other hand, I would really suggest, like, if you are going to pay more than just like a tiny little bit for something, like we pay about $2 per item, if you're going to pay more than that, if you're going to pay more than $5 probably, you really want to know the data on that item. So what is the sell-through rate? How much is it selling for? All of that. I would really be focused on, making sure that I'm making good picks while I'm at the thrift store. and really kind of honing that skill of looking things up, looking up as many items as I can so that I can really pick up as many good things as I can at whatever thrift store I'm at. And I would not suggest right now spending money on like mystery, whatever, boxes, bulk inventory of any sort where you aren't really picking those items, because again, that can be a risk. Because you don't have control over that inventory, you aren't like picking out exactly what you are bringing home and spending your money on. I still think you can make great sales. There are tons of other resellers on YouTube and on Instagram and other social media who don't go to the bins, have built amazing businesses. We are not like that. I don't know what is in the water here that we're able to build our business on the bins, and whenever we go to a regular thrift store, we're like, what is all this crap? So I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's just like we don't have the eye for it. We like digging rather than chopping, but that's how we built our business. But I think that you can find something that can work for you. It's really about looking at what is in your area, looking at what is available to you, and honing your skills to fit that.
And our viewers' question specifically stated Europe. It's replicable pretty much anywhere. As long as you know your comps, you're looking at it on a very regular basis, where if you are familiar with one thing at one point in time during a recession, it may make sense to look at it again, right? Check the comps again and again and again, so that you're not getting into trouble with picking up all of the same brands that you used to do well. Now that the economic times are different, maybe they're not doing so well, they'll be sitting for you. So it's really important to continue to look at comps, even if it's something you've done a million times. Just check it up once in a while.
So thank you so much, Vanya, for that question. That was a great question, and we hope that it helps you and anyone else who's watching this.
If you're new here, this is where we talk about building wealth. It's a segment in each of our What Sold videos where we talk about this total stock market index experiment, where we put a little bit of our profits from our reselling business into this experiment to show you that you should consider putting money into some sort of investment that will build wealth over time. And this time around, we put the profits from Facebook Marketplace into this experiment. And we tell you that it's not doing great right now, but the other thing about a recession is that it drags the stock market down and everything is technically on sale. And as resellers, we know that it's great to buy things on sale so that we can hopefully flip it for more in the future. So whether that be short-term for your reselling business or long-term for investing, that's just the philosophy that I think all resellers know. So that's what we're doing. We're just showing you what we've been doing, putting this into the total stock market index. Over time, over 20, 30 years of investing, will grow and compound, and then we can sell it when we feel like we want to retire. So that's what we've been doing for over a year with this experiment. You can see that it's not great right now, but we are very confident in it. This is just a way for you to see how we are investing some of our reselling money. It's not investing advice by any means. Obviously right now it's not a great way to show you that it's building wealth.
It's not very convincing right now.
Yeah, it's not very convincing, but over a great span of time, we are very convinced that the whole economy of the US will continue to do well. And it's usually going up and to the right. And that's directionally accurate. Other than that, that's kind of just a summary of what we do. Hopefully you join us for future updates on this.
So thank you so much for watching this video. Leave a comment down below how your business is going. Have you noticed the pinch because of the recession? What are you doing in your business to kind of pivot, to adjust to it? Let us know down in the comments. We'd love to chat with you down there. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. That tells YouTube that it's a good video, and we hope it is. And if you aren't subscribed, consider subscribing. We would love to have you as part of our YouTube community.
Yeah, keep that passion burning, y'all. Whether the recession's hitting you hard or just lightly, we're just so grateful that you're watching and helping us with this discussion. Hopefully you join us in the comments. We really want to know your thoughts, and we hope that you're doing well. We're always rooting for you. We'll see you later.
Bye.